Hey guys, in this video, we are talking about your human design profile. Your profile gives you more insight into your personality and the way that you carry out your different roles in life. So it's going to give you some key pieces of wisdom when it comes to your life's work and how you create fulfillment and live out your purpose here in this lifetime. If you don't yet have your chart, you can find it at whitneycopeland.com/chart and get your free download. Once you have it, take a look below the body graph. There's some writing below the body graph, and you're going to find the word profile, and you're going to see a number that looks like a fraction. That is your profile number. The first number comes from your conscious sun gate, and it's the parts of your personality that you are probably aware of and conscious of. The other number comes from your unconscious sun gate, and it shows you the aspects of your personality that you might not be as aware of, but that other people will definitely see in you and maybe even point out to you. If you have done a lot of spiritual or personal development type work already, you may very well be aware of your unconscious personality traits as well. But as you're listening to the descriptions later in this video, pay close attention to that unconscious sun gate so that you can really bring awareness to that and start noticing it show up in your life. So the next step, if you already have your chart, checked out your profile number, we are going to dive into talking about your specific profile, and then I'm going to break it down line by line so that you have a really good understanding of yourself and your profile as a whole. Profile 2-5, somebody who has natural talents and gifts, and they are here to ultimately help other people by using their gifts. They do enjoy having alone time where they can master their craft for their health. Otherwise, they can get drained and burnt out and feel resentful. So that's a tiny tidbit about the Hermit Heretic. Now let's dive into each of these lines. So as you're listening to me describe each of your profile lines, pay specific attention to your unconscious line. As I mentioned earlier, these are the things that you might not yet be aware of about yourself. Other people may notice these characteristics or attributes in you before you do. And if you've done a lot of personal development type work already, you may very well be aware of these things and have already found your strategies and tools to help you really step into the higher frequency of your profile lines, which is where you're going to create that alignment in your life and that prosperity. But I want you to really listen to not only the unconscious profile line, but the conscious as well, through the lens of, am I owning this about myself? Have I really stepped into my role here? Am I really carrying out the essence of these lines? Am I stepping into the strengths? Am I aware of the challenges? So have that open mind as we dive in. We're going to cover your conscious line first, followed by your unconscious line. Okay, let's talk about line 2. This is the Hermit, also known as the natural genius. So as a line 2, you have natural gifts. There are certain things that come effortlessly to you. And sometimes you're actually not aware of this because it feels so natural to you. But people in your life will notice these things and they will come to you for help. So what you need to do as the natural genius is have a sanctuary, have a space for yourself where you can master your craft in an uninterrupted way. You don't enjoy being interrupted when you're doing stimulating work or if you're in the middle of some kind of creative project. So be aware that you will need your own time and space for that. The strength that you have is that you have these gifts and you have the ability to help others. However, your introverted tendencies can keep you from putting yourself out there. So the things to be aware of is, spending too much time on your own, not marketing yourself, not putting yourself out there. And on the other hand, you need to be aware of saying yes to misaligned opportunities, because people are going to come to you when they notice that you're able to help, but you're not going to want to help every single person that calls you or shows up at your doorstep. So you're going to be using your human design strategy and authority to sift through these opportunities and to really choose the ones that you feel called to help. If you don't do that, you'll end up feeling frustrated, resentful, angry. You'll be in your not self theme in human design. So, how do you create your prosperity? You notice your natural gifts, you become aware of those, you own them. You own them as being important and worthy of charging for. And you make sure that you are charging for your services. Whether you're an entrepreneur or you're going in and working for somebody else, you want to make sure you're not being taken advantage of for your natural gifts, because even though it comes easily to you, you do deserve to be compensated. Okay, let's dive into line 5, the hero. The hero is the person who has an immense ability to help others and save the day. You guys are resourceful and people know that about you. So they come to you knocking on your door, asking for and expecting you to save the day. Where you can run into trouble is saying yes to everything and feeling like you need to go in and help anyone that calls upon you. And this can lead to feeling really resentful and annoyed with the people in your life. So what you really want to be aware of is tuning into your strategy and authority when you're deciding who you want to help. Something else to know about yourself is you really care about your reputation. So you can tend to put on a bit of a show or a facade and also fall into people pleasing. Your key to prosperity is to be authentic, to not try and please everybody, and to be discerning about who you help. Even though you'll have lots of people coming your way expecting you to save the day for them, help those who are ready, willing, and able, and charge for your services. Whether you are an entrepreneur selling your own products or services, or you're working for somebody else, you need to be compensated for what you have to offer. So that really is your key to prosperity. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you found the content valuable, please go ahead and subscribe and continue to explore your human design on this channel. And of course, if you ever have any specific questions or want to dive deeper into your chart in a one-on-one scenario, you can contact me directly through my website.